Hello, my loves. Welcome back to Craft Hoarder over here on YouTube, our own crazy little crafting corner of the universe. So you can see the leg of my tripod at the moment because I want to show you something. So this is what I decided to do. I had all of these little vinyl squares. Sorry, every time I turn the camera on, my dog thinks somebody is here and he needs to bark. So my apologies. So I had all of these little vinyl squares they're vinyl frames, right? And these are 2x2. So the sections are only 2x2. And as you can see, I've been working on this a little bit. Now I got this corner done down here and was kind of like, I want to do something different this time. So this is what I'm doing. I'm sorry, I'm moving you everywhere right now because I kind of want to try to show you everything, but my tripod also keeps getting in the way. I have 80 sections. Okay, some of them are half sections, like along this side is like 3/4 sections, across the top is half sections. Obviously, I'm not very talented at putting them on completely straight, so things are slightly off, but I have 80 sections. Here's what I did. I actually, we're gonna move this right here because we're gonna zoom in and get to painting while I talk about this. So 80 sections, right? And I put them, ooh, that's way too far in. That's better. I put them all in a wheel. So I put them all in a wheel, and it's nothing fancy, right? It's just one of those free spin the wheel apps. And I typed in how many slices there were, right? So I did 1 through 80, and then I have been letting the wheel decide for me which section of the canvas that I'm working on. So right now we are currently working on section 50 because that is what the wheel landed on. And then every time I finish that section, I make that slice disappear off of the wheel so it can't get repeated. There's no repeats. This way of doing this is keeping me very entertained. So normally I do bigger sections than this. These are really small sections, okay? These are a 2x2 section. It's pretty small. I bought these off of a D-Stash group when I was still doing my washi tape session. Can I talk? No, I cannot. I bought these off of a D-Stash group like years ago when I was still doing... I'm hearing my daughter playing. Okay. When I was still doing washi tape sections on all of my canvases, big, small, didn't matter. I was sectioning them in washi tape. Well, then the washi tape rolls up sometimes. Sometimes that washi tape don't stick too good. And it just kind of gets messy and icky, and I didn't like it. So I bought these vinyl frames. And of course, this was back before I figured out how to work a Cricut machine, because I was considering purchasing more in various sizes, and then I figured out that I didn't really like them that much, or maybe I wasn't using them right. I don't know. It just seemed like it was more hassle than it was worth, because I bought a 2x2 size. So imagine this, taking a 60 by 80 centimeter canvas and trying to section it with 2-inch frames. Like, dumb, right? Not real intelligent. It works okay for these smaller pictures, but I also have 80 sections now because of how small these sections are. So still considering making myself some larger ones to do this with in the future, especially for like my bigger canvases. Like, these are really good for like Maybe some heavy confetti pieces where you only want to work on a little tiny section at a time. Like, that's where this makes sense. Like, on my big confetti piece that I'm using the Red 2 for, my Red 2 tray system, I think that these little vinyl frames would fit that very well. Because that's the type of canvas it is. You really, like the 4-inch sections that it's in right now, because I divided it into 4-inch sections with my washi tape. That is a lot. It's a lot when you have like zero ability to multi-place in it and you're having to single place an entire piece. Like, that's a lot. It's a very large section in that situation. So, kind of considering, because I have lots of spare vinyl, because, you know, I'm now a Cricut person. Like, you know, I've made t-shirts and stuff. I can't see that this would be that complicated at all. It's just removable vinyl. Reusable vinyl, whatever you want to say, because these peel off. Some of them not so easy as others, but they peel off and they're reusable to a certain extent, right? Like, obviously not forever, but to a certain extent, they're reusable. Okay, so this is kind of fun. This is keeping me very engaged. However, the size of these sections is very small. This happens to be a very small canvas with a lot of line blocking, and there is quite a bit of confetti as well. And I've been single placing a lot because I'm just kind of like in the mood for that right now. I am multi-placing, but I need to replace the putty in the end of my multi-place tip, and I really don't want to do it. So I'm just kind of single placing right now, and I don't know why, but that's how it's going right now. So I'd like to do this idea with a bigger canvas. But in order for that, I want bigger sections. Like, I do not want to divide a 60 by 80 canvas into 1,000 little tiny 2-inch sections. Like, that's ridiculous. We're not doing that. So I think I'm going to make myself some bigger ones. And try it out. Because, you know, not every canvas has a perforated cover sheet that is really super easy to work with, right? And for those that don't, I still like to have a sectioned canvas, but I don't like washi tape. And besides that, like, it came with all these little squares, right, that I can mark the numbers. And I'm kind of having fun with this, like working on different areas of the canvas at one time. It's kind of like, whoa, freeing for my brain. And it does not give me the opportunity to get bored at all, because I'm not working in rows or columns. I'm just random spin of the wheel. That's the section you're on. So it's kind of entertaining, and I do like it. I think I want to try this on another piece or more. Like, this is keeping me quite engaged, quite interested. Also, I get like this little sense of, I will say this about these smaller sections, is that sense of accomplishment for finishing a section happens a lot more frequently because the sections are so small. The other thing that I am trying to do with this... What are you doing, baby?
I poop.
Oh, okay.
And I've been very, very warm since the sweatshirt. I had an issue with the sleeves.
You had an issue with the sleeves. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, well, why don't you go potty? So it's keeping me engaged. Oops. A lot nicer. It's 1 second. I will be right back. So anywho, the engagement is there, and that sense of accomplishment that we get from finishing little sections. I don't know if you guys get that, but I get a sense of accomplishment when I finish a section. It makes me kind of excited and happy. So that happens more frequently. And I gotta say, I am traveling through this canvas pretty quickly. Like, the other thing that I am trying to do is, let's see if I can pick these up with this. I may just, yeah, my putty is just toast. I really do need to change it, but we're just gonna keep, okay, yeah, we're gonna change it. What?
I gasped.
What?
I gasped. Oh.
Yeah, why are we gasping?
I had to build my slime shop.
Okay, go play.
I thought about it for a second.
Mommy's filming. Go play. The imagination of our littles, right? She's at home this week from school. Her teacher had a personal emergency, so they don't have substitutes at this teacher or at this school. So she's just homeschooling all day, which is fine. Or all week, which is fine. And she did a lot of homework yesterday. So I'm kind of giving her a bit of an easier day today. She did a little bit and then she's kind of done today. Anywho, so what I am finding is that I feel like I'm actually getting through this quicker with the smaller sections. And that's probably just all in my head. You know, because I look at this and I still go, God, I have like 70 something sections to do still. But, you know, I'm just rolling with it and having fun with it. The other thing I was going to say that I am doing differently also is that I am actually tracking, like, time-wise, how long this painting is taking me. So I think my timer right now... I think my timer right now is sitting somewhere in like the 6 hour range. But also like I forgot to stop it a couple of times when I was like done. So it's probably more like 4 hours. Like realistically, probably more like 4 hours. But we're just gonna roll with it. Just keep rolling with it. So I am actively logging my hours on this one. Just for really curiosity's sake, but also because I'm tracking this one. It's a Dreamer Designs kit. I suppose I should probably tell you like all of that because I just jumped right in without even talking about the painting that I'm working on. So I'm working on Jungle Gaze. And I have a really difficult time with the name of the artist. It is... Ekaterina Kovtun. I'm sure I'm not saying that right. I'm like 90% sure I'm not saying that right. And to which I really apologize. I don't know how to pronounce it. It's a Dreamer Designs kit. And it's one of the overseas collections. My one and only that I have gotten from them so far. So far, I say, because you know how that goes. I say something and then I end up kind of doing it anyway. Ooh. Did you see that? I like just totally threw the pen at myself. Yeah, so overseas collection. It's really pretty. Jungle Gaze. It's really, really pretty. I'm really liking it. I'm really enjoying it. I started it in the whole point I was going to is that I started it in the Dreamer Designs app, like their Dreamer Diaries is what it is. Dreamer Diaries. Just because, you know, I was curious. And so I'm trying it. And, you know, so far it's kind of fun. Also, you know, you do enough of them through there, or so many or whatever. I'm not sure how it works. There's a leaderboard of some kind, and I think that you win like gift cards for certain places. I really don't know how it works, but right now I'm just doing it for kind of funsies, and we'll see. Like, I don't even know how long any of it goes for, or how long you have to do something, or how the points work at all. Like, I have no idea. But I love the company. I have a lot of paintings from them, and I'm just kind of trying to work through my stash and like get to a point where it's more manageable through working through it. Like, not have so much unfinished stuff and have more finished stuff. Like, that's what we're doing. And I kind of got bored working on my confetti piece at the moment, which, don't get me wrong, I absolutely love it. I think it is absolutely gorgeous. It's just that one I really have to like sit down and spend like 3 or 4 hours on, because that's about how long it takes to get through a section or two, right? Depending on which section I'm in, because of how heavy the confetti is. And I'm loving it. I'm totally enjoying it. I love this red 2 system for it, for sure. I'm just kind of, yeah, it's time to work on something else. So this is one that I started in my traveling set, because when I go places, yeah, that's the edge that I cut out right there. Okay, when I go places, I travel with a diamond painting, and I keep one going in my little travel case at all times, like, just to have something to do if an event is really slow, or I just don't want to walk around a lot, or whatever it is. I have this little travel case, and for a long time I had the Harry Potter kit in it, which, yay, we finished that. Woohoo! Thank God. And as soon as that one was done, it was time to put something else in, and that just happened to be a box that was still sitting in my room. I hadn't like put it away in my stash yet. And I went, you know what? This is a nice smaller size, right? Very portable size. So I just went ahead and kitted it up, because it was here, right? It was here, and I had just finished an unboxing with it, and I was like, why not? I need a new travel piece. This is a good fit, and that means I also don't have to go digging around in my stash for what I may want to put in there next. I didn't even have to think about it, just in it went. So I have taken this to one event so far, and that is where I started it. Also where I forgot to turn the timer off when I wandered around for like an hour talking to people. So, you know. But I started it there and decided that while I was working out in the living room with the family, the girls in the family, that I would just work out of my travel kit. Like, that's generally what I do in the living room, because I have less space out there. I'm not trying to take my big old light pad. I can take my travel one out there, and I can just hang out and have fun on a TV tray, basically, right? Like, it's not a huge space consumer in the living room, and I get to hang out with everybody at the same time, so it's a win-win. So this was the one I decided to be working on, and I came up with this idea last night, and just rolled with it. Like, I got done with like this one little tiny corner and I was like, yeah, I'm already done. Like, I'm not really feeling the mojo right now, but I really want to diamond paint, but I'm just not feeling the mojo. So how do I get my mojo? So I'm turning it into a game. Basically, like, it's like a reveal, right? Except it's not a mystery kit, but it's like, ooh, what am I going to work on next? This is kind of exciting. And I've got my mojo back. So now I'm loving it again. And yeah, I kind of want to do this for a few other paintings that I really haven't wanted to like mess with like at all. Because I have several works in progress happening right now. And I think let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. One of them is technically his, but it's still 7 counting this one that we're doing right now. So minusing his and counting this one. So it's a bit, you know, and a lot of them are rather large because like when I was having the wheel pick for me, that's what it was picking, was my really big ones. You know, one of them is longer than my dining room table. Definitely not travel size. And I haven't even done anything other than kit it up because like it's huge. It's overwhelming. I'm going to need to get my table clamps out for that one and keep it rolled up and maintained that way. And I think I'm going to have to figure out a way to section that one, and I'll probably make it, what I'll probably do is divide it by like 40 by 40 sections, maybe. And then within that 40 by 40 section it off into smaller bites. So it's not so overwhelming, because right now it's just overwhelming to think about. I mean, this thing is bigger than my 8-person dining table. Like, it's huge. It is, actually it's right here. Like, I could look at the dimensions. Where did it go? It's this one. It's, 180 by 60 centimeters. So I'll probably divide it into 60 by 60, right? That's nice, even 3 groupings. And then inside those 3 groupings, I'll probably do something like this. And just have the canvas, the rest of the canvas that I'm not working on, all rolled up. Just so it's not so much to like have to think about. And that is a piece that has been cut up for like a long time now, and I haven't even touched it. Like, I kit it up and I just haven't touched it because it's so big, and I'm still kind of trying to figure out like a good way to even start something that large. And a lot of you are probably going, well, you know, the only way to start it is to start it. Yes, you're right, but like how I'm going to start it is something that I have to think about, because if I'm not enjoying the process, it'll stay there for like 10 years and we don't want that. So I'm trying to figure it out. And I think that's what I do. I think that's what I'll do, because I am having fun letting the wheel decide where I'm working. Like, nothing is in order. I don't really see anything coming together yet, but like little bits here and there, and it's kind of just fun. Like, ooh, what section am I working on next? Well, let's find out. Spin the wheel, and we'll see. I don't know where that voice came from, but there you go. There's an ADHD moment for you. Yeah, so I think that's how I'm going to actually start that one. As far as like life goes in general, kids are great. Boyfriend is amazing. I call him my hubby, and he calls me his wifey, but like we're not actually married yet, but like it's going that direction. Like, it's just a matter of when is it going that direction. We don't know, but it's going that direction because we already refer to each other as husband and wife. We've been together for a year now. The kids absolutely adore him. He's amazing. Really awesome dude. It was just his birthday, so we went and did a little staycation. Like, we staycationed with my parents. It was really like, okay, where's the edge? There it is. Okay. It was really nice to like get away just for like the night, you know. We just traveled up to like 2 towns over, and it's a really small town, but it's got like this beautiful view of the river, right? Like the main river. And the hotel was right on the water's edge. There was a jacuzzi in the room. You know, there was a hot tub and a pool outside, which we got into the pool and oh my God, it was so freaking cold. I thought I was going to have a heart attack. It was so cold. I got out of that and back into the hot tub real quick. Anywho, it was a lot of fun though. We went with my parents and it was just us. Just the 4 of us, you know. It was my mom and dad and me and him. And we had a good time. We had Mexican for dinner. And oh my goodness, their huckleberry margarita that we had with dinner. Oh, yummy. I don't even like tequila. But like, you know, all they had pretty much was like tequila drinks on the cocktail menu. I mean, it's a Mexican restaurant, that's kind of to be expected, right? So, but it was so freaking good. It wasn't overly sweet. It wasn't overly like alcohol-y. It wasn't overly bitter or anything. And it was a huckleberry one, which I'd never had a huckleberry margarita before, and I just don't drink margaritas that often, but oh my God, it was so good. So we all had one of those for dinner. I went like pretty gringo and got the taco salad, but I loved every bite of it. Like, I finished the whole thing, and I normally don't do that. It was really good. My mom did both of my parents actually did the carne asada, and he did the flautas, which I'd never seen him done this way before. So like, that was interesting. He enjoyed the crap out of them though. He said they were so good. And considering how good the rest of the food was, I believe it. Yeah, so that was fun. It was a nice little moment that we needed, just like a break in life, right? Like, and what better way to celebrate his birthday than to just take that moment. And so that was a lot of fun. And I think he's coming home right now. Let's see, what else is new-ish? Well, we have a few events coming up this next month. We have one on the 2nd. We have one on the 9th. We have one on the 24th of May. So I have a lot of work to do to get ready for those. Physical therapy is like totally kicking my butt. It is totally kicking my butt. I am in pain, but it's like the good kind of pain where it's like, okay, that relieved something in me. It hurts, but you know, pain is gain, right? Like, not always, but like in this situation, yes. but it takes so much out of me. It takes so much out of me. I started a new little gig as well. So for anybody who hasn't been watching for a while, or I don't even know if I really talked about this, but like I have part-time work that I do to support, you know, just life while we're building the company up, the soap company up. You know, because I still have mouths to feed. I still have shoes I have to buy for them. You know, every time I turn around, it feels like they're growing out of their shoes. It's summertime, so I'm going to have to buy more summer clothes. You know, my car needs some work, you know, just life, boring life, right? Like, it's always something. And I'm currently not at a point where I can rely solely on the sales from the soap company. I mean, they are picking up, but like not enough to like, you know, keep the roof over our head or anything, you know. I mean, I'm not saying it's doing badly by any means. It's just not enough to manage everything. So I got a part-time job. And what I do is delivery. I deliver through various services like DoorDash, Instacart. I just got Walmart Spark, which I love that one. It is so much easier than any other one. Because all I do, I show up, they put the order in my car, and I go and deliver it. And it pays better than some of these other ones do. And right now with the gas prices, that means a lot. Like, I went out for 2.5 hours and made $78. That was yesterday. So, like, it's worth it. And it only cost me, like, what was it? A quarter tank in gas, because my car gets really good gas mileage. Thank God for that, because the gas prices around here are insane. But anywho, you know, that's like contractor level. And I understand the whole taking out the taxes and doing the mileage and all those things, right? Like, I have somebody that goes through my stuff and makes sure that I'm not missing anything, right? So I understand that, you know, I'm having to pay taxes with some of that, you know, just for those people that don't think I'm aware. Believe me, I'm aware. I've been doing this for a couple years now. But it's how I support being at home with the girls, being able to homeschool them, still keep the household running smoothly, everything still being paid, you know, they have everything they could possibly need. Just being able to support life, right? Like, I have to be able to live. And so it works for me. And it doesn't work for everybody, but I'm fortunate enough to be able to do the things I'm doing because I can work for myself. There is not a single employer out there that is going to hire a mom who has to leave, you know, 3 times a day for various appointments that she has to take her kids to, or that she has, you know, on a regular basis from work, you know, 5 days a week, and also who can't find a babysitter on these certain days and times. Like, I don't have the option of working in a regular, you know, clock in, clock out kind of job. I have to work for myself. So that's what I do. And I can control my own schedule that way, be off for events that I need to be off for, and just kind of live my best life here, right? And it works for me. It's independent contract work. And it's wonderful. It's wonderful. I was door dashing for a very long time. I kind of got burned out on it because, like, DoorDash changed some things, and the way they redesigned it, it was like I'm having to struggle to maintain certain levels, and you don't get paid as much at lower levels, and all of these things, right? Like, it's just a struggle, and their customer service really isn't that great right now. So, love doing it as a side thing, but I'm really excited that my Spark finally went through, because this one is so easy. It's so easy and it pays so much better. So I'm really excited about it. I think that's probably what I'm going to be switching to for my main source right at the moment. I also really, really like Instacart, like a lot, because it's for those of you who've never used or know what Instacart is, it's basically DoorDash, but strictly for groceries. So you go shopping for people's groceries and take them to them. And so I get a little bit more like activity, and that helps with the leg cramps that I have right now. And then when my legs are tired, I have the rest for the drive, you know, so it actually works out quite well. I mean, listen, shopping is not one of my favorite things to do by any means. If I can avoid it, I will, like the plague. I don't like shopping. One of those few females out there that just does not like to shop, period. I don't care what it's for. If it's for clothes, if it's for groceries, if it's for, you know, birthdays or holidays or whatever it is, get me out of the store as quickly as possible. Because I just don't like being there. However, shopping for other people and then turning around and delivering that is kind of like really not bad. It's really not that bad. It's kind of like I can map through the store, and, you know, they keep track of like how fast you are at doing these, right? So I turn it into like a little competition for myself, because, you know, I like playing games for fun. Like, you know, so I make it a little competition. Hey, can I beat my high score of last week? I did, by the way. I am now, instead of at 102 seconds per item found, I am at 88 seconds per item found on average, which is pretty dang good. It means it only takes me 88 seconds to find one item to the next item. 88 seconds, guys. Like, that's, you know, pretty good, I think. So, pretty happy about that. Yeah, so I'm digging on it right now. Like, really excited that Instacart is picking up in this area, because for a long time I wasn't doing it just because nobody knew about it in this area. Nobody was really doing it in this area. I'd have to go over to the next town, and no thank you, because I despise driving in that town. In fact, I make him drive. If I have to drive there, like, I am in and out of that town as quickly as possible, because the roads are just stupid, with so many stupid drivers doing stupid things. It's terrible. So I make him drive when we go. Unless he's not with me, and then I just kind of get there, get gone, get done, get back, right? Like, I just don't like that town. So I don't deliver there. But he delivers there, and he makes really good money delivering there, and I just can't bring myself to do it. I don't know where I was originally starting on that path with, because I had something to say. I did have something to say about that, but I don't know. I just totally went on a whole side rabbit trail. I lost it. Anywho, it's been fun. And it lets us, like I said, work our own schedules that we need to do. Yes, honey? Yes? Harley, do not be grumpy pants with her. You can yawn a little quieter than that.
So.
And no, I'm not talking about going outside right now. You were literally just out there. Also, calm your grumpy pants down. Oh man, grumpy pants. What's up, baby girl?
So, I like your diamond painting.
Thank you. Can you go play for a little bit? Mommy's recording a video.
Okay.
I'll be out in just a little bit, okay? I'm almost done.
Okay.
She's getting so big. So big. So anyway, yeah, we're loving it right now. Both of us just kind of doing our own thing, living our best lives. It's working out pretty good. I'm very fortunate that I can do that because not everybody can. And I think, okay, so for those of you that do side gig, right, jobs, things that are side gigs, that are technically supposed to be like, this is what you do after work to make a little extra cash, right? If anybody wants to like turn that into a regular job, there's a few things you need to know. One of them is don't treat it like a side gig because it is literally your job. So treat it like a job. You know, show up to the shifts you want to schedule. Make a schedule for yourself and say, this is when I'm going to do this from these hours to these hours. This is how hard I'm going to push myself this day. This is how much, you know, set a goal of how much you want to make each day. And don't go home until that goal is met. Like, could mean you're out there for an extra couple hours sometimes, because sometimes it's not very good, but like other times it's fantastic and you get to go home early. If you want, or you can just keep making the money. It just kind of depends. But don't treat it like a hobby. If you're going to do it for like actual work, like don't treat it like a hobby. And be nice. Like be nice. I've met a lot of people out there that are just so rude to not only the people that they're delivering to because they think they deserved a better tip or whatever it is. Sorry. Tips is optional. Okay, tip is optional. It's a nice gesture. It's not a mandatory thing. Get over it. This tipping culture is way out of control. Anywho, you took the job, right? Like you know what you're doing, right? Nobody's forcing you to take that order. So just be grateful and shut your pie hole because you're making the rest of us look real bad. Anywho, that's my little 2-second vent on that. But keep track of everything that you could possibly be spending, right? Like your gas, your food, your mileage, your car washes, your oil changes, your tire change, you know, your services that you have to get to maintain your vehicle quality, you know, all of those things. Keep track of that. Okay. And set aside money at the end of the year to pay the taxes that you're going to owe, because you're going to owe taxes. You're an independent contractor. You owe taxes. Nobody is withholding taxes out of your paycheck. So be responsible. Right? Like if you're going to do side gig work, that's what you need to do. That's what you need to do when you start a business. And honestly, side gig work is basically running your own business. So do that and be smart. Don't be dumb. It is worth it if you don't have like a major gas guzzler or prior obligations that you have to stick to, right? Like it is worth it if you work it right. And that's all I have to say about that. Pays my bills. I'm thrilled about it. I'm really thrilled because we wouldn't be surviving if I had to go get a regular job. Like I said, my daughter, she has special education classes. She's back in speech therapy again. There's pickups and drop-offs. There's the clubs afterwards. There's holidays. There's events that I have to go to. Same thing for my littlest. There's all of these things, right? And the only parent in their lives is me. So if I'm not going to be there for them, nobody else is going to be there for them. And I'm not about that. Like, I'm not having that in their life. So I have to figure out a way to be able to make my living, be able to run my company that I started, and keep it afloat, and keep my kids, you know, well adjusted and happy. This is the only problem with doing this. Like, I always end up messing up my cuts off of the cover sheet, so like nothing is ever really straight. But you know, if I wasn't able to do that, I don't know how we wouldn't be surviving right now. Not without major government assistance. And yeah, we're on food stamps, but like not the same thing, right? Like, we're not on HUD or anything like that. We have a nice roof over our head. Everybody has what they need. Everybody's safe. So I'm very fortunate and blessed in that regard. And I do appreciate those of you who use those services. Thank you so much. You know, because it's not just me. It's people who have to, you know, work on their retirement. And if you're out there, be nice. Be nice to your fellow people. Be nice to the employees that are trying to help you, right? Like, don't be a jerk. Like, you cannot go into a restaurant and just because you have a DoorDash order, you know, cut in front of lines and just be rude to the people that are making your food, because they're doing their job too. So do better, guys. Like, seriously, do better. I have run into that so many times. It's unbelievable. These people are not at your beck and call. Okay, like, do better. Like, have some decency. And, you know, those of you who are being delivered to, have some decency. Like, don't get mad at me because the restaurant was 30 minutes late because they didn't get your order until I got there to give it to them, right? Because their system was down or whatever. You know, be nice. Be nice to people. It's not that hard. It's really not that hard. Costs you less emotionally to be nice to someone than it does to actually, you know, despise someone. Just saying. So let's do better, guys. That's my little rant about that. And we finished our section. And it is time for me to spin the wheel to see where I am working next. And, you know, thanks for coming in. Thanks for stopping by. Thanks for chatting with me and letting me go on a few little side trails here. But, you know, it's fun. I really like this, and I want to do it on some bigger kits with some bigger squares, because 2 inches on a 60 by 80 is way too small. So I'm going to figure out on my Cricut how to do these, because I have a bunch of vinyl, just a bunch of removable vinyl just sitting there, not really getting any good use. So I think what I'll do is I'll just make myself some nice big 4x4 sections, or maybe 3x3, you know, something that's bigger than this. But yeah, I think maybe like some 4x4s would be good, or maybe like 3x3. I like that. I think looking at this, because 4 of these is basically a 4x4, right? So 4 inches this way, 4 inches this way. So maybe if I did it like 1.5 of these frames each way, I kind of like that. So we might do some 3x3 squares and see how it goes. But it's fun. It's a fun new thing that I'm doing. I also have been letting the wheel pick when I'm not fixating on a project. I am letting the wheel pick which project I am working on, and I'm going to go back to letting the wheel pick which project I kit up, now that I have everything separated into an easier to manage storage solution system, which, by the way, I have actually kept it up to date. I don't know if you guys watched, but like, I can't really get to it right now, but all of my kits, sticker sheets and everything are now in a binder. So I can just kind of flip through and see what I have. And it is staying up to date that way. I got 2 that were delivered to me after I started that. No, I think it might have, yeah, no, it was 2. Was it 2 or was it 3? I don't know. That were delivered to me after I came up with that. And, well, I mean, it's not like it's an original idea by any means. I'm sure somebody else out there is doing the same thing, but for me, it's a new idea. And I actually took immediately after checking the kit contents, I put the sticker sheets and the trading cards into that and then put the kit away out in the garage. So even if my gems flow is not current, my binder is current. The next step is to like make sure that my gems flow is current. But we're one step at a time, okay? One step at a time. Nobody's in a hurry here. But I do like this. I'm having a lot of fun doing these random generated numbers. So see how long I stick to this and if maybe this is the new thing for me. I don't know, because it's making it very fun and addicting and I want to see what section I'm working on next. So I'm going to go. Thanks to y'all for coming in and stopping by. Thanks for hanging out and chatting. Let's see. Anybody watching anything good right now? I need some ideas. Put it in the comments. Also, I need a new listening book idea. Oh, I just finished the Hunger Games, the new one, the Songbirds and Snakes, or Snakes and Songbirds, or whatever. The one about the president in that series. Ballads of Songbirds and Snakes, I think is what it's called. Anyway, I really enjoyed that. So I need a new book to listen to as well. Give me some ideas. What are you guys working on? Show me some pics of your whips. I will look forward to seeing those in the comment section below. And y'all be cool, be kind, stay safe. Peace out.